I've lost my hair. Also, if you think this video is just a little bit too long, please consider looking in the description. You will see I have provided chapters. So if you only care about the likes of all the collection continuations, or maybe only care about the likes of all the clothing and armor skins, just look at the description, scroll down, you'll see I have provided chapters. If you wish to skip ahead, the options available to you. And with that, good day, Ruskin enjoys. I hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for Russ Workshop Skin Checks. Yesterday we only have 77 skins, I know. I'm under the impression a lot of the skin creators this week put more focus towards trying to get a Halloween skin prepared rather than trying to do a generic week. I mean, fair enough. There's 2 weeks for Halloween, whereas this is just 1 week. Maybe some people just want to take some time off in general. All right, fair enough. Watch Hedge somehow turn this video into an hour and a half long. We'll see. I doubt it, but yeah. All right, so we're going to just jump straight in. We're going to start yapping about all the skins. Now, if you want to get the collection link for Russ Workshop Skin Checks October 1st, 2024, feel free to look at the top of the description right now. The link will be available. If you wish to go through all of these skins in your own time, you're more than welcome to do so. But if you want to sit back and relax and listen to Hedge's docent tones, whilst he's just a little bit sickly, I'm very sorry about that, then sit back and relax. Let's get started with the Deployables, and immediately we have a collection continuation from a very notable collection. We have the Forest Raiders locker right here in front of us. So, I've looked at this in-game. It glows in the dark, and it's got a very interesting design with the glow in the dark. It's as if the interior of this locker has lights, lighting up actual like pieces of armor inside it. It's a really well-made, cool-looking skin. So I can't help but assume maybe it might get accepted. I'd love to see it because I'm sorry, but I like it. I do. I'll have a short video showcasing this as well, potentially by the time this video is out as well. So hey, you know what? If I happen to like the skin quite a lot, maybe I might want to consider voting yes or no. Maybe you might want to as well. And of course, with every other skin that we're about to see today, of course, you can do the exact same thing. But listen, if you happen to really like a skin, then what I'd do is I'd also consider going to the comment section and maybe put down a nice little comment just to sit there and say, hey, I love the skin. Now, I was a little bit inquisitive. I was like, how can you have a Forest Raiders tank top skin hanging inside the locker here, but you don't actually have a tank top skin being submitted? And we only have like one tank top skin that exists, so come on, Mr. Fleck, you know you can do it. Anyway, so if you happen to like the skin, by all means, just say something like cool or top or ooh, I love it. Something simple as that, because it keeps them nice and motivated to keep want to put out nice creative designs in the future. However, if you don't happen to like a skin that much, well, you can offer some constructive feedback, be nice, concise, and straight to the point, try and help them out. And maybe the skin doesn't get accepted, but they've seen your feedback and maybe they incorporate that into a version 2. And maybe that gets accepted in the future. You help them out. Cool. So I'm sure you get the idea. This is a perfectly fine looking locker skin, and because it's a collection continuation, off we hop over to the likes of SCMM.ABP, and let's now talk about the likes of the Forest Raiders collection. Because you might realise something, Forest Raiders collection is quite expensive, but it only consists of clothing and armour. So if we were to see a locker skin being accepted, would the Forest Raiders collection have like a big impact? Would it suddenly spike in demand? More so? What's wrong, Hedge? Why are you kind of like nervously laughing? Have you seen the state of this? It's $300. Now, with like most skins, it has dipped down in price a little bit, but as you can see, it's still sitting at around $300. That is one of the, well, it is the most expensive collection in the game, I believe. If we're only talking about clothing and armor, yeah, I believe that is the correct answer. So could we start dabbling into likes of Deployables? I certainly would like to see it, but the skin creators certainly have tried to dabble into likes like weapons and whatnot, but they just can't seem to get an AK-47 accepted. Not sure. I thought they looked perfectly fine, but Face Punch don't seem to want it. I don't think the locker being accepted would cause any of these to spike in demand, spike in price, but they just gradually go up in price regardless. Also, I don't think you can afford to invest into these. Hey, do you have $15 spare? Do you have $63 spare? Come on, surely you... Yeah, I feel like I've made my point. But I certainly look forward to it, because in general, with the likes of locker skins this year, I'm pretty sure we've only had the neon lockers being accepted, and as I take a look at 2024, I can confirm that is the case. So, alright, cool. And well, Neon Full Kit Locker is still retaining its value. Alright, fair enough. You did pretty well there. Cool. So, at the end of the day, I've already said what I need to say. If you like it, show your support, and shall we now move on to the likes of the other skins. So, best of luck to likes of you, Vlek and Igor. That is an awesome looking skin, and I personally would vouch for it. Does this mean we're getting a Desert Raiders locker as well? Alright, moving on. So, that was the first skin to talk about, and now we have another collection continuation to talk about immediately. Looks like it's a third attempt for the Beyond Reason rug, which, fair enough, they keep trying for it. it is now the beginning of spooky month. They can't release. I don't think they can release a resubmission for Halloween. But technically speaking, Rayleigh and Cobra, if I've seen the likes of Sir Q submitting from Hell skins for likes of Halloween, technically speaking, I think Beyond Reason would probably be applicable for the, it matches the themes of Halloween, I guess. Kind of spooky, sinister, demonic. Yeah, I mean, you could probably do something like that. What would you do? Or you could do a Beyond Reason table. Kind of make it look like a Ouija. What's it? How do you pronounce it? The board. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I think you could probably do something like that. Regardless, let's talk more specifically about this rug. So it's the third attempt, and if this were to be accepted, would the pre-existing skins have a spike price? Well, there's only one skin. That's the problem. So if I go to the likes of Beyond Reason, I'm pretty sure the only skin that we ever got was the wooden door. And of course, like most wooden doors, how do they end up? Let me write out more. Come on. Don't be shy. There we go. Yeah, we've only got one wooden door. Here it is. It's sold for $2.49 in the Rust store. Now it's sitting here at 77 cents. Whoa. But we're not surprised by that. This is basically what we fully expected. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You only use a wooden door for so much, and then after that, you'd never really use a wooden door ever again, do you? So if you're not using the actual item itself that much, there's not that much demand for likes of skins for it and whatnot. So bit awkward. But if we were to see the rug skin being accepted, could that potentially rise? I don't really see it happen that much with the likes of wooden door skins of the past. I've seen deployable collections flourish with more acceptances, but the wooden doors usually tend to lack that much movement. So regardless, at the end of the day, if you like what you saw, please consider showing your support, because Rayleigh, Cobra, that's a perfectly fine looking new attempt, but it is their third attempt. So if this doesn't get in now, I don't know what to say. But do consider making some Beyond Reason skins for the likes of Halloween. I feel like that would be a perfectly fine opportunity. Right, cool. So there's not really an investment to be made there. So shall we move on to the likes of Furnace skins? We've got a group of them. Yes, indeed we do. With another collection continuation. Actually, it might be two. So here we have the likes of the Furnace... Circus Furnace. Sorry, I'm a bit... Circus Furnace. Basically, the big tent. I'm sure you get it. And all the seams light up at night. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, perfectly fine looking design. Can't go over the likes of that. I would have hid like a clown on the inside. That would have been funny. But regardless, it's a perfectly fine looking skin there, Mr. Sepesh. But you do have competition, because next up, here we have the likes of the Burger Furnace. Sepesh, I can't eat a circus tent, but I can eat this burger here. Mr. Dwagan and Gunya, that is a perfectly fine looking burger skin right there, but it doesn't really light up. Personally, I would have made the likes of the sesame seeds light up when it was night time. I thought that would have been a nice little improvement you could have done, but hey, they've gone with plain and straightforward. Nothing wrong with a plain and straightforward burger with all this lovely, delicious looking cheese melting down on the sides. That's a cool looking skin. So yeah, if you like burgers, maybe you might like this hot, tasty Burger Furnace. But again, you do have competition, because next up, here we have the Wire Furnace, produced by Hessian. It looks like quite literally a wire twisted round for its design. We don't have a nighttime pick, which is a bit awkward. Hessian, I definitely would recommend you do a nighttime pick. Whilst this can be nice to look at, we want to see what it looks like at nighttime. So, cool, nice skin. But Hessian, there's more competition. We have collection continuations. First up, we have the Twisted Metal Furnace, and that is looking pretty... He's so happy. Look at him. You know what? I honestly couldn't really think of a cool idea for the likes of Twisted Metal, but Johnny old boy, he knew exactly what to do. He's going to make a very scary looking furnace. Whoa. I mean, you could have done that for Halloween, to be honest, but hey, doesn't matter. He can put it out this week, and he wants to. That is a lovely, cool looking collection continuation. So now let's go over to here, and we can see right now that the Twisted Metal Garage Door is the top selling skin so far this week. Now, I do believe I was expecting this to reach up to potentially 19,000 subscribers by the time it's Thursday, which, seems to be on course for that. It may be eclipse it, we shall see. But it's a non-glowing garage door. We're about to get another Twitch drop garage door just around the corner, and I can't help but assume there will be more garage doors in the future as well. Basically, the point I'm trying to get across is, I can't help but assume that this is going to probably lose interest, and I can't help but assume it potentially might lose value as time goes on. Now, it's currently in the Rust store, it's abnormal, and of course tomorrow we'll be doing the abnormal barders. I'll be there, 9 PM UK time. Look in the description, you'll see the link to all my socials and whatnot, and basically you'll see the link to likes of my Twitch, and in short, we'll be figuring out prices for all the skins in the current Rust store, and with the likes of this, I feel like I will be just sticking with doing a buy order. So it is what it is. But yeah, look at all the other garage doors this year. Ooh. Now that was copyright. That got the Wildgem effect. And that's still holding up quite nicely, which is nice to see. But as you can see, we've had a lot of garage doors this year. So I'm a bit concerned. I think I am just going to stick with doing a buy order. So yeah, it is what it is. But regardless, guys, look what you see. Do you like the design? Do you think this is a lovely looking sequel to Likes of the Garage Door? Consider showing your support. Best of luck to Likes of you too. Now let's move on to the other collection continuation. And I'm very pleased to see that Frozen Crypt Furnace has become a reality. And that looks cool. So we've got a lovely little GIF here showcasing it going around. Is that blue light interior? That looks nice. When I look at it in game, it's not that noticeable. What about at night time? It does have some blue in it, but regardless, when it lights up at night, it's all bright and blue, and it looks very cool. And yeah, this is like a perfect continuation for the Frozen Crypt skins. So we've had the likes of Frozen Crypt Sheep Matador, Frozen Crypt Large Box, now we're onto a Furnace. I stand by my point, Mr. Horomiao and Mugiwara. We already have the likes of the Frozen King DLC. I can't remember the throne, you know what I'm talking about. Basically, I'd love to see Frozen Crypt chairs and tables, because, you know, if the king's going to have his throne, he's going to have a table with all his guests and whatnot with all their chairs. But no, I think that would be pretty cool. Consider doing it. So, yeah, Frozen Crypt Furnace, perfectly fine looking skin. And as I said, there are other skins in this collection, so let's go remind you of Frozen Crypt, Sheep Matador, and of course, the likes of the large box. Now, I'm very sorry, SMM to APP isn't exactly moving very fast. That's out of my control. My connection personally is perfectly fine, like any other day. But yeah, SMM's just a bit sluggish today. So Frozen Crypt collection, let's just take a quick look at the likes of you. So recently we saw the likes of the large box being accepted. It sold quite alright, but it has dipped below its rostral price, I do believe. Yes, it has. Only down by 14%. But I've got to bring this up. This sold hardly anything, 11,200, and the Sheep Matador, it sold reasonably, but it sold at $3, and it's kind of halved in price already. But when you look at both of these on the Steam market, they have like next to no listings whatsoever. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it. What happened? Why are there no listings for you? Well, certainly isn't that much of a problem for us investors. Why is that, Mr. Hedge? Because basically, if there's hardly anything listed here, and we'd see more continuations happening, well, if these do get a bit of a spike in price and they get bought out, they can only go up. There's nothing stopping that from pushing all the way up to $3. And with more collection continuations potentially happening, especially as we delve into likes of wintertime, maybe the Frozen Crypt collection potentially could work out ever so nicely. Maybe it's looking to be a perfectly fine consideration to invest into. Oh. But yeah, I'm still very surprised to see this is still technically going down in price. When this was accepted, this didn't even go up. It just kept going down. So yeah, again, look, there's like hardly anything there. It could easily go up in price. What's gone wrong, Frozen Crypt? Maybe people think it's too scary. Maybe people just don't like the cold. It is what it is. So at the end of the day, I can see a potential opportunity there. So if you like that, by all means, consider showing your support. And if you want to jump in and make a bit of a move, if you think, oh yeah, I could probably jump into that, make a bit of an investment, then by all means, go for it. So best of luck to the likes of you two, Honriel and Mugiwara. That's a perfectly fine looking skin right there. Right, now we can move on to the likes of sleeping bags. So we have a reasonable batch right here. First up, we have the likes of the King Sleeping Bag. This is produced by Kika. Get a good look at that. Very nice, very cute, lovely looking design. Keep up the good work. If you like it, you know exactly what to do. But you do have competition. Human organs? Oh no. Well, okay then. I hope they taste good. Uber Eats. I'm joking. But anyway, that's a perfectly fine looking skin right there. There is a lot of writing there, but I think I'm just going to pass on it. By all means, people, if you want to read that, you have the collection link. Look at the skin yourself. Perfectly fine looking skin there, Mr. Yeah. Let's see if it works out, but you do have competition. Next up, we have the likes of the Sandcastle Sleeping Bag, produced by House 9CR. Now, I actually put this next to Desert Rocks, put it in the desert and whatnot. Perfectly fine, blends in ever so nicely. You can put that on top of the rocks and it blends in ever so nicely. He did a good job with this. So, yeah, consider giving that a good look. Look at the images, bring it into the game and take a look at yourself. It's really good for, if you're thinking, oh yeah, I need some sort of desert camouflage sleeping bag, that's like the perfect option. So consider showing your support and best of luck to you, Mr. House. Right, so with the likes of sleeping bags all shown, we can now hop onto the likes of storages. Small boxes first, then large boxes. Here we have the likes of the Healing Point small box produced by Sad Happy. Medicine, supplies, looking very nice. Didn't you produce a large box last week? And the answer is yes. Yes, he did. All right. Because I thought, oh, is this dabbling into the likes of a storage collection? No. He just wants to produce medicine. So that's a perfectly fine looking skin. And of course you can see it glows in the dark. So perfectly fine looking skin there, Mr. Sad Happy. But you do have competition. Chris has produced a forest box. A perfectly fine, very nice design. I don't know what this is called. Laser something, isn't it? Or is it like chipping it? I don't know. Feel free to message me. But that's a perfectly fine looking skin. Lovely, cute little design. The forest and whatnot. I like that. So yeah, if you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to you, Chris. Next up, onto the likes of large boxes. Caglian and Yenla, they've produced the prison large box. Now that's a bit sad. What? Are you keeping all of your items prisoner? Oh, that's a bit mean. Well, perfectly fine looking skin. It doesn't appear to glow in the dark. No mentions of that. So, yep. Best of luck to likes of you two. But you do have competition. What's that? We have the Biohazard Containment Box. Produced by Mr. Shedmon. Does it glow in the dark? There are no mentions of that. It doesn't appear to glow in the dark. Yeah, it doesn't glow in the dark. So, alright, cool. That's a perfectly fine looking skin. You might want to be a little bit cautious for what might be inside. Just get, a little heads up. So, best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Shedmon. Scroll down a little bit. One wooden door for the week. Here we have the Afterlife wooden door. Oh yeah, okay, I double checked that. I thought it might have been a Rustober skin, October 2024 Rust Halloween skin. But no, it is not the case. So yeah, just a somewhat scary looking skull on a wooden door. Yeah. Hey, I mean, nothing wrong with that. It's artistic. So yes, if you like what you see, best of luck to the likes of Kira, and yeah, consider showing your support. Moving on, here we can talk about the likes of sheet metal doors now, and we have quite a considerable amount. And we've got a very interesting collection continuation to talk about in a second. So here's the Bluebird sheet metal door. We also happen to have the Firebird sheet metal door. So yeah, two versions, one blue, one red. Perfectly fine looking design. Does it glow in the dark? Because I see it mentions it, and it's... Oh, that looks pretty nice. That stands out ever so nicely. Let's get a quick look at the Firebird version. Yeah, okay. Right, cool. So, Nui, that's actually a very nice looking skin. You can see how it designed all of it and whatnot. Right, well, best of luck to you, sir. You produced a very cool looking combination of skins there. Which one do you prefer? Feel free to comment below. And yeah, so best of luck, but you do have competition. Because next up here we have the Kazaru's Red Heart sheet metal door. It's like a portal. Where does it take me? I don't know. I wouldn't stick your hands in that, no. Anyway, so yeah, perfectly fine looking design. It glows in the dark. Can we get a nighttime pick? There we are, perfection. So, Mr. Kazaru, where does it go? Where's the blue one? Anyway, best of luck to you, Kazaru. But again, there is more competition. We have a collection continuation here, and it's pretty impressive. Another skin produced by the likes of Mr. Vase and Mr. Lynx. This is a collection continuation for the Porcelain collection. Now, they have tried for likes of a Porcelain sheet metal door in the past, but this time, with the upcoming October update, with the Frontiersman DLC pack coming out in just 2 days' time on Thursday. Mate, look at that. That is a very cool looking piece right there. And the glow-in-the-dark scenery here as well. I think you're pretty good at drawing, Mr. Vase. Or Mr. Lynx as well. I'm not sure what Lynx does. Sorry to say, Mr. Lynx. But yeah, I mean, can you go wrong with that? Right, Porcelain collection. It's been a while. The most recent skin that we saw being submitted was another attempt at the likes of the rug skin, if I can recall. And I still want to see the likes of that Porcelain rug, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. So, yeah, Porcelain collection has a lot of very interesting looking designs, but more specifically, talking about the likes of the Deployables, a lot of these Deployables look really nice, but unfortunately, because we haven't seen any more of these being accepted after a while, they've kind of dropped off. Now, of course, understand, in general right now, many rust skins have dropped in value. It's now October. October is usually the period of time in which most rust skins throughout the whole year will reach their lowest point. If anything, you should look around and start considering buying out skins to make investments, because once we reach around January 2025, post-Christmas, that's usually when a lot of people jump back into the game, demand for skins goes back up, and of course you sell and you make a lot of profit, so just point out. Anyway, I'm looking more specifically at the Deployables. So Porcelain Gadge Drawer, you're currently down at around $2. Large box, you're currently down at around $1.60. Now there's 155 of these on the Steam market. There is 22 stacked there. Right, but after that, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. That could easily rise. It could easily rise back up in price. Now, how high were you back during the likes of the summer of 2024? You actually peaked around May time, and it was just under $3, it seems. Okay, that's fine, but it certainly was doing better in the past, as you can see. And post-Christmas right there, you can see it's selling for about $3.50. Okay, cool. If we were to see a collection continuation, if we were potentially going to see a resurgence for like the Porcelain collection, can't help but assume the garage door will work out ever so nicely. And yeah, that was accepted in the summer of 2023 when the likes of the Abyss Hazmat was accepted, because you can see it right there. I remember that now. And then we had the large box. Large box looked ever so nice and pretty as well. And as you can see, very thin, could easily bounce back up in price again. How high did you go during the likes of the summer? And you were selling for about just under $3 as well. And last year, or rather early this year, in post-Christmas, that was comfortably sitting above $3. So, okay, well, there you go. In regards to what you could potentially do, I think you could jump onto the garage door and the large box right about now, because by default, it is expected that they'll go back up in price eventually anyway. But with a collection continuation, mate, I'm thinking it will get a bit of momentum. I think it could work out so nicely. Now, by default, a skin in reference to upcoming content, Facepunch likes that. Yes, they do. So what do you think? Do you reckon it has a decent chance of being accepted? And I'm going to jump in and make some moves. I'm going to make a lovely little investment. I already own a bunch of those Porcelain Deployables, so I think I'll just wait it out. We'll see what happens. Best of luck to likes of you too. That is looking very impressive. And let's see if it potentially gets accepted. So, yep. Right, time to move on. Here we have the likes of some garage doors. Again, another week with a lot of garage doors. Well, we can't complain too much, can we, I'm sure. Right, so here we have the Paradise Prism garage door, produced by Sadist. That's looking ever so fine. Yes. All right, nothing wrong with that. I see. Oh, nice and shiny. It's like marble on some gold trim. Yes. Oh, wow, that's looking very cool. So, lovely little skin there, Mr. Sadist. You do have competition, though. Next up here we have the Vault garage door, produced by Bitrate. I know it's Bitrate. I'm choking. But yeah, glows in the dark. Looks like a mouth. Looks like an angry Well, I mean, perfectly fine looking skin right here. If you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Bitrate. Again, more competition though. What's next? Oasis. This is hard to pronounce. Oasis. Yes. So, with the likes of the upcoming update, we're going to have procedural. It's the world update too. Procedural landscapes and whatnot. And we're actually going to have oases appearing in deserts and whatnot, which will be cool. And, well, the likes of these two, that being Mr. Papakal and Universe Kid, they've decided to, make something in reference to that. The can you write down how I'm supposed to pronounce this? The Oasis deplorable collection. Last week we saw the likes of a sheep in the door, which looked very, very nice. And this week we had the garage door. So keep up the good work. Let's see what else could be produced. I mean, I think you could do a pretty good rug skin with the likes of that. You could put it all around your base and whatnot. So very cool, very interesting looking design. Let's see if it works out. If you like what you see, people, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you too, Papakal and Universe Kid. So over to here, we have Mr. K. Vladimir trying to build up the likes of a brand new stone collection. Yes. And now we have a stone garage door. Now you might recall last year we had the likes of those building. How do I say this? You know how we had like the twig door, the wooden door, the stone door, the sheet metal door? That was actually made by Freddy and Krueger, if you can recall. So this isn't actually a collection continuation, but it's basically the same idea, but for a garage door, which is totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. So do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Now, consider showing support and whatnot. Best of luck, likes of you, Mr. K. Vladimir. But yeah, Greening Area Garage Door, a collection continuation to the sheet metal door that we currently have in the Rust door right now. And as you can see, glows in the dark perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with that, looking totally fine. So let's hop back over to here and talk about the sheet metal door. So this has currently done 13,500 subscribers, which is okay. If I can recall, I thought that was going to do like 15 to 17,000 subscribers, and it's definitely on point for the likes of that. But it's a sheet metal door, and they haven't performed very well so far this year. I still don't fully know what this is. Feel free to comment below. What do you think is being grown in here? I hope it's allowed. But anyway, moving on. So with likes of that, I think we could see a bit of a spike in interest if you were to see a collection continuation. It's a very strange looking design, but it certainly looks cool. Sci-fi, sort of, I guess you could say. I'm not hating it. I think it looks cool, but it does have competition. regardless, by all means, if you like the design, if you think it looks cool, please consider showing support. Best of luck to likes of you, Decap. Yeah, here we are. Right, so only one skin, the Ultramarine Sheep Metal is currently in the positive. Every other one down bad. What about last year? I can see Bombshell Sheep Metal is still doing all right. And every other skin's down. Wow. That ain't good. That ain't good. It makes me worried a little bit. So, greening area garage door, you're perfectly fine for what you are, but the sheep door doesn't look to be a very reliable investment, so maybe we'll just leave it, or just stick with doing a barter, because of course that's abnormal, and tomorrow we'll be doing the abnormal barters. Remember, tomorrow on my stream, look in the description, the link to my Twitch is there, 9 PM UK time, we'll be sitting down and we'll be questioning what prices we might want to offer for all these skins in this current roster. Sounds good? Alright, let's move on then. So, with the likes of that out of the way, we can now move on to talking about this collection continuation. Now, I have a short video that should be out, actually it's already out now, and this is special. What's so special about it? Well, number one, this is the original standard glow-in-the-dark version, which is totally fine. Got all the fireflies, the lovely greenery. Oh, it's so nice. Look at it. It's a lovely little plant. But more specifically, I look at the likes of the transparent design. Now, the transparent design, it has a few... It's got like holes in it and whatnot, which is okay. It's not like as much transparency compared to the likes of many other doors of the past. But what's so special about it? I'm sure many of you are aware, but do you remember the likes of the dungeon garage door? Where at the bottom, right, if you build it in such a way, you can actually see from like underneath. This is the exact same thing. Go to my shorts videos right now. Go look at the garage door. I showcase this. This is something I think a lot of people are going to greatly appreciate. So, if it gets accepted. But what I'm referring to is underneath here. Like, with a standard build like that, you're not going to see it, but if you look like underneath, you can see through, you can see if someone's outside, you know, ruining your helipad. Right, so we've got that basically covered. So let's now talk about the likes of the Fireflies collection. Fireflies collection consists of 4 deployables. We have the wooden double door, which is doing very nice, the sheep metal door, which is doing very nice, the sleeper bag, which is doing very nice, and the furnace, which is it's not doing too bad. It's only down by a little bit. Main point I've got to across is it's October now. These skins should be suffering. They're not suffering. They're doing perfectly fine. So, could we see the likes of the garage door being accepted? And if it were to be accepted, could these bounce up even higher? Well, regardless, I can't help to assume they're going to be bouncing up higher anyway, because, you know, they should be at their lowest point right about now. So, jump onto it. If that sounds appealing to you, jump onto it. It's a lovely looking collection, and it is a lovely looking skin right here, produced by the likes of Mr. Zink and Mr. Himmick. Best of luck to the likes of you two. Guys, consider voting for either the likes of the glow, just the standard glowing one or the transparent one. You get the idea. I think they look very nice, and I think the collection's looking very appealing, so feel free to jump onto that. As you can see, we've got the Neon Bismuth Deplorable collection here. Now, I'm under the impression people are still unaware that sheet metal door is part of this collection, but anyway, garage door's still holding up very nicely, sheet metal door's still holding up very nicely, and now we have the likes of the Neon Bismuth Armoured door right here in front of us. Now, of course, last week we had the Neon Armoured double door being produced, but it wasn't accepted, was it? Shame, shame. But here we are, we have the Armoured door right here in front of us. Wildcat, that's a perfectly fine, exquisite looking skin. I like it, and I'm sure many other people do so as well. And as we hop over to here, looking at the garage door, it has 65 quantity on the Steam market. It has a lot of support. Like, when the sheet metal double door was accepted, it got completely bought out. So, sheet metal double door, how are you currently doing? 41 listings. You did not sell that much. Your barter's gone all the way up to about $2.50. You're looking very stable as well. Would the likes of a brand new deplorable skin potentially give it a, you know, lovely little boost? I certainly would hope so, and I'm kind of wouldn't be surprised if it does. That's the answer I'm going to sit there and say. But they're already doing good, and technically speaking, both of these probably should be struggling now, but they're not. So, are they going to rise up in price ever so nicely as we enter the likes of post-Christmas and the summer of 2025? Well, keep an eye on it. Mr. Wildcat, what else could you produce? Maybe a very cool looking furnace eventually. I wouldn't do it too quickly. You've had some interesting ones already as of recent, so, you know, pace yourself. But, I don't know. A reactive target? I mean, it would stand out quite nicely. A locker skin? Yeah, locker skin would be pretty sweet. Yep. I'll definitely vouch for the likes of that. Okay, so regardless, That's looking perfectly fine. These are looking very stable. And if you want to jump onto them thinking if this were to be accepted, it'll give it a nice boost, I wouldn't blame you. So by all means, jump on. There's not that much. It could easily rise back up in price, as you can see, very nice and thin. So yeah, both of those skins looking very viable. It's just the Sheep Matador isn't exactly looking super great, but it is what it is. Right then, so moving on to likes of Sheep Matadors. Away we go. So here we have the likes of the Angry Dog Double Door. Now, last week, Mr. Kratorius produced this weather design, and he asked me to take a look at it in game. I looked at it and I said, I don't think Face Puncher is super keen with the likes of a lot of text. He took that in consideration and he redid it, and he just basically has the Angry Dog now, which stares at you from afar. Look at him, he's so angry and he's struggling all over the place, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I did sit there and say, Kratorius, maybe it's time to consider making some different skins, because you made a lot of double doors and whatnot recently, but nothing's been accepted so far. For what it is, it does look cool. It does look nice, and I'm sure a lot of people will probably be showing their support right about now if they want to. But yeah, I'm sure you can pull off some other skins. Try for some armor and whatnot. Go nuts, go creative. I'm sure you can pull something off. So keep up the good work. Best of luck to the likes of both of you and Pupfo Flap. I'm hoping I said that correctly. And let's move on to the next skin, because of course there is collection continuation. No, there is competition. Sorry about that. Right, so Metal Curry Sheep Metal Double Door. This is a perfectly fine, nothing wrong with it type of door. Like, you can see that. That looks cool. It's the transparent version that's caught my eye. Now, I do have a short video that I'll be uploading showcasing this, but I'm sure you can see it. Basically, the creativity behind this is certain doors in the past, to be extra secure, they'd like fold in and then you'd have to like clamp them down and whatnot. That's not fully closed, is it? No. So that's a creative twist, and it glows in the dark. That's a cool looking design. Very realistic, down to earth. I think a lot of people greatly appreciate that. I think a lot of people will. And in-game, I've looked at it. You can see reasonably to the sides when you're looking through the middle here. I think a lot of people appreciate that. Will it be allowed? That's the main question. Bit debatable, but Slivky, Jeeba, I think you produce something very cool, creative, and I can't help but assume you'll be getting quite a lot of support. So, yeah, if you like it, guys, you know exactly what to do. And best of luck to the likes of you two. But with Mr. Jeeba here, that means we're not getting an Ultramarine skin being submitted this week, so just point out. Oh dear, oh no. Right, anyway, moving on, we have the likes of the Junkyard Sheepman Double Door, produced by Mr. Ghost. Get a good look at this. Can we get a daytime pick? It's nice to see it like this, but it would be nice to see a standard daytime pick with normal lighting as well, Mr. Ghost. Just pointing that out. But yeah, I can see the glow in the dark. It looks nice. It looks cool. It's made out of junk. Yay! But if I move over to here, do we have a good... okay. I stand by my point. Show me it during like daylight. You can have a picture like that as well. It's totally fine. Not going to complain. But I need to see it like normal daylight as well. People want to see that. People want to see what it looks like and alter forms of light and whatnot. Regardless, if you like what you see it, feel free to go ahead and show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Ghost. But you do have competition, and it is a collection continuation. I said that a little bit too quickly earlier, but here it is right in front of me with the water treatment sheet with a double door. Right, so speaking about the likes of down-to-earth, you know, grounded designs and whatnot, here we have a collection continuation for the water treatment garage door that was accepted like a month ago. Now that sold quite nicely, but it's not holding up very well at the moment. So if I were to just quickly, anyway, looking at this, you can see it's dropped off. It's unfortunate, but kind of not surprising. It's fine with what it is. I respect the design, but people prefer flashy. You know they do. You could sit there and say, oh, I hate having skins of multiple different colours and being RGB lights and whatnot. Well, I mean, it's what people want. It's what people buy. I know. So this sold for $1.49, and after about a month, it's basically halved in price. So, yeah. Pretty telltale. So, if we were to see the likes of a collection continuation with the likes of that potentially change, I don't think so. Mr. Chesson, I know you kind of asked me, what do people want? This is totally fine, and of course, if we can recall that this sold very well, it did almost 16,000 subscribers, but afterwards it kind of dropped off. Yeah. But I don't think you're too concerned about like sales on the Steam market and whatnot. You're concerned about, you know, getting your sales in and whatnot. It is what it is. Yeah, I think we could potentially see more of this being produced. How much more will be accepted is the main question. By default, if that to be accepted, I can't help but assume it will perform so much better compared to a garage door. Again, pointing out, so many garage doors accepted and introduced this year, that's caused problems for garage doors in general. That right there, I feel would be perfectly fine, all by itself. So, yeah, if you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. And best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Jessin. And that just so happened to be the final skin of all the deplorables. But unfortunately, I don't think there's much of an investment to be made. So, regardless, out of all of these skins, which one was your favourite? Which one do you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted for the upcoming Rust Store, the October Forcewhite Rust Store? I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we'll move on to the likes of weapons and tool skins. Right, people, shall we get started then? Shall we take a look at the likes of these two rock skins? First up, we have the Magneticube. That's how you say it. Yes, I can speak. Well, that's an interesting looking skin. I swear we've had like Pixel Rock. That's it. Yeah, we've had something similar, but they had colour. This is all just one colour. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Looks totally fine. Looks very interesting. It's like voxels. That's it. Voxels. Okay, so that's a cool looking skin. So if you like the Magneticube rock, feel free to show support to Miss Legacy. And yeah, pretty cool looking design. But you do have competition. We have a dragon egg. Oh yes. So this certainly doesn't look like a voxels. It looks all scaly and spiny. It looks like it might hurt my hand if I held it. So this is produced by Wynet. Get a good look at that. And yeah, if you keep it warm, maybe it'll hatch. We shall see. So best of luck to you, sir. Next up, what do we have? We have a salvage sword, and then we have some crossbows. Right. So here we have the Crystal Shard Sword, produced by the likes of Mr. Cubis and Amatadema. That is a cool looking salvage sword skin. How many have we had accepted so far this year? I don't think we've had that many. I swear like last year we had quite a lot. Anyway, regardless, cool looking skin. But here we have a glow in the dark version. Get a good with the likes of that. Yeah, a good look at the likes of that. Yes. Perfectly fine looking design. Nothing wrong with the likes of that. Yes, it glows, but hey, screw it. I've got a lightsaber. So, yeah, that looks cool. If you like what you see, consider showing your support to the likes of these two. And, yeah, let's move on to the next skins. Next up here, we have the Hunting Trophy Crossbow. I think we have a similar collection. I thought this was a collection continuation, but it isn't. Get a good look at a gift there. That's looking very nice. Thank you very much for that, Mr. Oasis and Mr. Schumer. So, yeah, this is a cool looking design. And what a lovely suit to wear with my hunting crossbow. My hunting trophy crossbow. So, yeah, I like the aesthetic. I think it looks cool. A lovely theme to it. Do you like what you see? You know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you two. But you do have competition. Here we have the Frontier Crossbow, produced by Lottie and Luigi. So, with inspiration of the upcoming brand new DLC pack, we have a cool looking crossbow with only one image and ta-da! That's all I have. So I'm sure by the time you're watching this, there'll probably be more pictures to take a look at. So pause, go to the collection, look at the skin right now. I'm sure there'll be plenty more pictures to take a look at. But yeah, perfectly fine looking design, I guess. If you like it, you know what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you two. And then we have a collection continuation. Here we have the Snakebite Crossbow version 2. Get a good look at the likes of that. Yep, that's looking perfectly fine. Coloured in a lovely green. Would people appreciate that? A pure green crossbow? Or wear full forest raiders and maybe it'll be completely unseen. That'd be pretty interesting, wouldn't it? So yeah, perfectly fine looking design. Now let's go ahead and remind ourselves of the Snakebite collection. And I should have reminded myself of the state of SMDD, so we might be waiting for a while. Alright, here we are. So we got the likes of the Snakebite SAR, the Snakebite Hunter Bow, and of course the Snakebite Sleeping Bag. So unfortunately, there's been many attempts to continue this collection, but Paste Punch just didn't want to accept. It is what it is, but now we have the crossbow. If we were to see it being accepted, would any of these spike demand, spike in price? Well, it's mostly a weapon collection. By one more. But I don't think crossbow will dramatically change everything, so I don't think there's that much of an investment to be made. Regardless, if we were to hop back over to here and take a look at the likes of this skin, do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Well, consider showing your support. Best of luck to Sunart. It's a perfectly fine looking crossbow. I'm sure a lot of people would appreciate it. So yeah, keep up the good work and yeah, keep up with the likes of the Snakebite collection, Sunart. Okay, well, if that's the case, shall we move on to the likes of handguns? So, this week we have 9K's Wreckage Ioka. Get a good look at that. Looks very nice. It's got the cobalt design. Got a lovely little logo on the side as well. That's perfectly fine looking Ioka. We've had the likes of the Lone Wolf Ioka accepted somewhat recently. Could we get another one this year? We shall see. So, perfectly fine looking Ioka. Feel free to comment below if you like what you see. And yeah, best of luck to the likes of you 9K. Next up we have a Dust Forged Revolver. Oh yes, get a good look at this. Mr. Hedge certainly loves revolver skins because they turn out to be very nice, reliable investments. Would we see another revolver being accepted here? Well, it's in your hands. So here we have the Dust Forged revolver. I just showed off the gifts there. Perfectly fun looking, straightforward design, grounded in its approach, I'd say. You can see somewhat of a pattern emblazoned all around it. That's looking very nice. That's looking very cool. So, best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Anubis Dunk. Let's see if that works out well. Do we have an aim down the sight? No, there we go. And here we are. Now, I can see that. Yeah, okay, cool. Right, perfect. Thank you very much. Next up, what do we see? We have submachine guns. Let's go take a look at all of them. Right then, so here we have, well, there's 6 of these, I just realised. We have Hard Mode MP5, produced by Gavahu. Get a good look at its colour scheme, its design. It's very useful red aim sight. Oh yes, spectacular. Cool looking design, stands out quite nicely. It's kind of like chalk, yeah. It's a bit scratched and whatnot. It's worn out. Cool. Well, if you like what you see, consider showing support. Best of luck to you, Mr. Gavahu. Next up, more competition. We have the Dark Imperial MP5. We've got a lovely little GIF here, spinning around. Spinning around, it's so shiny. I'm sorry, Mr. Fuff. Anyway, so aim down the sight, Mr. Fuff. What do I see? Very useful red aim sight. I'm sure a lot of people will be appreciating that. Very interesting, shiny looking design. I think a lot of people will probably consider it. I think a lot of people might just consider voting yes or no. So yeah, very nice. Keep up the good work, Mr. Fuff. But you do have competition. Next up, we have the Incorporeal. Yes, the Corporal MP5 with some transparency, apparently. Mr. Verona, what are you cooking? Let's go take a look. So as I look over to here, I don't see the transparency. If you could aim down the sight, I'll be able to see it. There we are. So what am I looking at? What is transparent? Am I blind? I think I'm blind. I'm not sure what I'm blind for, though. Can you see it? What is the transparency? Is it the transparency here? I think that is the case. Yeah. Yeah, I think that is it. I don't know. Perfectly fine looking design, though. I like the greenish camouflage and whatnot. That looks nice. That looks cool. So, yeah, Mr. Verona, keep up the good work. A lovely looking MP5 skin, and I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate it. But you do have competition, because then over to here, we got Zskipper and Dark Schneider with their Frontier MP5. Another skin that's in reference to the likes of the upcoming content. Get a good look at that. Nice aim down the sight. Thank you very much for that. And, yeah. So, yep, get a good look at that. Looking very nice. And then you can see it on display over here next to the Blunderbuster. There's a cool looking little picture there. So again, if you like what you see, show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you two. But again, we have, well, actually we've got a second version here, modified aim. Oh, yep, of course. There you go. Look at that. A little bit more transparency. Of course they would. So yeah, very nice, very cool. Consider showing your support for either version. But over to here we have right in front of us. It is the traditional MP5. It is a collection continuation. Produced by Drag and Mr. Norma Van. As you can see, we've got some GIFs here showcasing it in-game with some lighting. Very nice to see. Yep, I like the display here. Looks nice. Aim down the sight image. Oh, come on, guys. Where's the aim down the sight image? Aim down! Aim down! That's the thing people care most for. Right, anyway, we can hop over to here and we can talk about the likes of the Current Rustor with the Python, the Puffinized Python. Puffinized Python, not exactly the the highest selling skin so far, but, well, it's going to be a weapon only collection then, isn't it? Yeah. And what happens to weapon only collections? What happens most of the time? They go down in price. I can't help but assume that very likely will be happening. Now, by default, Pythons, if you take a look at all the skins that came out over the past 2 years, yeah, I just realised. Oh, there you go. Thank you. That was quick. Yeah, one of them's doing quite all right. yeah. Don't think there's an investment to be made there. But regardless, if you like what you see, if you think this looks cool, if you'd like to see more traditional skins being produced, show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Dragon Normavan. But please, aim down the sight. Please! Right, we can move on now to the likes of Thompson skins, then some shotgun skins. Right, so over to here we have the likes of the Dawn Thompson, produced by WetQA, Freddy and Kruger. Very nice and colourful. Aim down the sight. Thank you very much. That looks to be perfectly fine. And yeah, now we have a different, slightly much more pinkish version with some green as well. That's also looking very nice and very cool. So best of luck to the likes of you three. Keep up the good work. And people, feel free to show your support for whichever version you prefer. Next up, we have Pixel Decay making a return as a pump shotgun, produced by McQuarrie. Get a good look at that. Now, this year, we've had quite a decent amount of pump shotguns. I think we have 3 in total. Now, you might sit there and say, oh, that doesn't sound like a lot. Well, to be honest with you, we used to hardly see any whatsoever. Like, at best, I think last year or the year before that, we got like 1 or 2, or the year before that, we got 1. Point I'm trying to get across is we don't get that many pump shotguns in general. And as I can show you over to here, we've got tools and we have an LR300. Now, you'd see that by now if it was a normal regular day, but with today, it's like that. Come on, SMM. There we go. Right, cool. So these are slightly down in price, and this is down in price. You might notice that these actually sold for a cheaper price for hatchet and pickaxe would normally sell for. These sold at 99 cents instead of $1.99. So to see them only slightly down in price, they're technically already down in price pretty badly. 94 cents, 93 cents, 87 cents. Would a pump shotgun skin dramatically change this? No, it'll be a weapon/tool only collection. So, no, I don't expect it to change that much whatsoever. Sorry to say. But a pump shotgun skin by itself, maybe it could work out well. We shall see. But I don't think these are going to dramatically change that much. So, yeah. Right then. So, if you like the skin, if you think that looks cool, then of course consider showing support. It's a perfectly fine looking skin. Wait. In different lighting, it changes colour? Oh, okay, then that looks cool. Well, I just spotted that. So, yeah, thank you very much there, Mr. Query. Thank you very much, Mr. Query. Yeah, right. So, moving on, next skin, we have the likes of the Iron Soul Reaper double barrel shotgun, produced by Mr. Jimmy Tedeschi and Mr. Noel Futt. Get a good look at the likes of this. That's a cool looking skin. I like the little skulls there on the side. So, when I first saw this, I thought this was a Halloween skin, but no, it's just a straight up cool looking skin for the week. So, yeah, pretty cool looking design. Do you like what you see? Well, consider offering a little comment. Best of luck to the likes of you two. Let's move on. What else do we have? We have the likes of some SAR skins. Right, so yeah, we got a lot of collection continuations here. So I kind of feel bad for you, Mr. Monomic Man. You're trying for something new, but you're competing with a lot of collection continuations. But hey, maybe your quality work here with the Danger Connection SAR potentially could defeat all the enemies and become accepted. We shall see. Anyway, cool looking design. Metallic, perfectly fine. Yeah, right. So, best of luck to the likes of you, Monomic Man. But you do have competition. We're now looking at the likes of collection continuations. We have Jade SAR right here in front of me. Now, this was actually a super early pick. I had to figure out what was going on, but the skin creators kind of helped me out in understanding what they're up to. So, yeah, this is the Jade SAR collection continuations, the tool skins that we had accepted somewhat recently. Yeah, good look at that. And I do believe we have a glow-in-the-dark version. The eyes on it glow ever so lightly, I'll put it. Maybe we'll have an image that you can see. There you go. It's hardly noticeable. We have them on the tools as well. It's hardly noticeable. But a lot of people are still going to sit there and say, pay to lose, pay to lose. Anyway, let's talk about the likes of those Jade Beast tools. Right. And of course, we've got to sit here and wait until SMM decides to wake up. Oh, sweet, finally. Okay, so Jade Beast tools, you've gone down in price. We're not surprised. Tools in general, hatchets, pickaxes, ooh, yeah, they're not surprised to see that's how it turned out. With the likes of a brand new SAR skin being, no, weapon/tool only collection, we understand the deal by now. It's not going to dramatically change this. But regardless, do you like either of these designs? Are you a fan? Then, of course, you know what to do. Consider showing support. Best of luck to the likes of Vegivox on Voodoo. But you do have competition. So over to here, we have Speed Rage SAR. Yes, get a good look at this. Produced by Yopka and Lancy. We've got a little GIF here. Lovely piece of work. Lovely, cool, neon turquoise-ish design. Now, it doesn't actually glow in the dark. I just refer to it as neon because you can kind of see the brightness on it. It looks pretty cool. Right, anyway, so that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But we do have to consider, if that were to be accepted, with the likes of the AK potentially spiking demand, spiking price, well, it's already down to $1. And it would be a weapon-only collection. So, what do you reckon will happen? Yeah, it's not going to change much. Very sorry to say. But it's a perfectly fine looking SAR. So, yeah, if you like what you see, feel free to show your support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. Yopka and Mr. Lancy. That's a very nice looking aim sight there. So, yeah, best of luck. But you do have competition. For over to here, we have the likes of the Dragon Rage semi-automatic rifle. The SAR indeed is looking ever so nice. So, aims on the sight, useful red aim sight. You got the Golden Dragon on the side. So, alright. Can't complain, looking pretty cool. If we were to go over to here, to 2 weeks ago, we can take a look at the likes of the Dragon Rage double barrel shotgun. Now that was accepted. That was a cool looking weapon skin. It didn't change anything. It's also gone down by 35%. Cool. So, yeah, that happened, but I can't help but assume the exact same behaviour will happen with the likes of the SAR here if it were to be accepted. It's not going to change anything, but potentially in the future, it'll probably graciously rise up in price because it looks very cool. So, yeah, if that were to be accepted, that would be the expected outcome. Right, regardless, if you like what you see, by all means, consider showing support. It's a very cool looking skin produced by the likes of Little Ranger and Madara. Best of luck to the likes of you two. And, yeah, keep up the good work. Alright then, so now we move on to the AKs. And that'll be that for the likes of the weapons and the tools. Here we have the Angu. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. The Angu AK. Yes, he's very Angu. Yep. I don't know what I'm supposed to... I mean, it looks cool. Looks nice. Duck. Perfectly fine looking AK. But what is Angu? Anju? I don't know. So, yeah. Best of luck to likes of you, sir. You do have competition, though. That is the Crimson Metal AK-47 right there. Get a good look at the likes of that. Aim down the sight, yeah, looking very nice. Red aim sight, looking very, very cool. So, yeah, perfectly straightforward looking skin. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. FaZe. But you do have competition, because over to here, we have the Shining Edge AK-47, produced by Mr. Mishka and Mr. Sonsper. That's looking ever so nice and trim. That's looking well sculpted. It's like a mirror. Oh, yeah, okay. That's certainly helping out there. Oh, my, look at that picture. Ooh, that is a cool looking skin. Right, so, if you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mishka and Swansper. But you do have competition, because next up we have the Survivalist AK-47, produced by Mr. RAF. Perfectly fine, rusted-looking AK. Got all these little messages on the side. Do we have a name down the sight image? Yes, we do. That's looking cool. That's definitely looking like a Survivalist-style skin. I think that would be appreciated to a point. But AKs in general as investments, so yeah, perfectly fine looking skin. Best of luck to likes of you, Mr. Raff. But you do have competition. Forever to here, we have the likes of the recycled Hazmat AK-47. And yeah, that is a perfectly fine looking sequel to the likes of this collection. Let's talk about this a little bit more. What do you reckon is going to be the case? It's a weapon only collection. It's not going to change. But if you like what you see, by all means, the very DIY style skin. It's all patched up and held together with tape, I'd assume. Yeah, I mean, it's perfectly fine for what it is. Aim down the sight, very bright red aim sight, looking pretty cool, looking pretty sweet. So, can't complain. I think that looks very nice for what it is. But will it be appreciated? Yeah. And, of course, with it being accepted, I just don't expect that much of a change. I don't expect an investment to be made. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, if you like what you see, best of luck to the likes of Azzy. Consider showing support to him. And yeah, that just so happened to be the final weapon/tool skin of the week. So yeah, out of all of those weapons and tools, which one stood out to you the most? Which one is your favourite? Which ones do you reckon have a very good chance of being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? And then, of course, I'll be taking a break now, and we'll move on to talk about the likes of the clothing and armour skins. Right, here we are for the likes of the clothing and armour skins. First up, we have the Ape Head Wrap version 2. And it certainly is looking like an ape. So, yeah, no, that's a perfectly fine, cool-looking design. I don't think Face Punch wants things like this in general. If you made this for Halloween, I think you would have stood with a better chance. You could redo it with a different animal and submit that as a Halloween skin, Gentle Beast. But regardless, cool-looking design. Let's see if it gets accepted. I just don't know if they want people dressing up as apes. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't know what Face Punch wants. Yeah. Right, so best of luck to likes of you, sir. Over to here, we have the likes of some burlap clothing skins. First up, we have the likes of the rifled burlap shirt and pants. Get a good look at that. So I believe this is a continuation, not a accepted continuation, mind you, but if I can recall, yeah, we saw the likes of a poncho and a bandana being produced not too long ago. Well, now we've got burlap clothing for it. Could that be accepted, considering that the poncho and the bandana wasn't accepted? So, hey, we'll see. I think it looks cool. I think it looks nice. But throughout this year, Sean Mick, you produced a lot of primitive skins, and you've not had that many accepted, which is awkward, isn't it? Well, I hope things can work out for you in the end. Maybe try again for the likes of your Skull Force collection. Maybe now they'll be lenient or willing. Keep up the good work regardless. So that's a perfectly fine looking pair of burlap clothing. But you do have competition. Technically speaking, this would be a loose collection continuation. I'm sure the likes of Multi-Hat, Boris and Damned In, you are well aware that these two have produced the likes of the Heavy Knight collection. And with every night there is a, well, Squire. So the Squire has to wear burlap clothing because he's not rich enough to own hoodie and pants, it seems. But I guess it makes sense. So, yeah. perfectly fine look and design. I can't really consider this a collection continuation, but I'm sure you understand the I'm sure you understand the references to the other skins. So, all right, cool. Best of likes of you two. Keep up the good work. Right, over to here. Now we move on to the likes of Hoodie and Pants. And we have some collection continuations to talk about. But first of all, here we have the Guardian Hoodie and Pants. Looking very nice, looking very stylish. That's a perfectly fine looking design, produced by the likes of Mr. Delroy. Looking very nice and shiny. So what is this a reference to? When using the suit, you get armor piercing, agility, bulletproof, speed, fire resistance, style, and much more. This is a reference to something, and I don't know what it is. It's like a super suit, I guess. Okay, cool. So perfectly fine looking design there, Mr. Delroy. But you do have competition, and it just so happens to be Black Diamond Hoodie and Pants. Why do I say it that way? Well, you see, for the likes of August Force Wipe, we got the Black Diamond Tier 3 accepted. And then for the September Force Wipe, we got the likes of the Tier 2 Black Diamond accepted. And, well, you know, with the next roster being October Force Wipe, what do you reckon's going to happen? Well, I mean, if Face Punch likes patterns, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this being accepted. Now, I think on the day that this video that you're watching right now is released, you'll actually see some short videos of me showcasing Black Diamond with the full set, panning around, taking a look at all of it. It looks nice, looks perfectly fine, and I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate it. Let's see how it works over the course of the rest of the year. Does it retain value? Does it work out nicely for the likes of post-Christmas? Considering if the Hoodie and Pants is accepted. But I will sit here and say this. With the likes of Black Diamond Collection, with each core piece being accepted, yes, we have seen the likes of spikes in demand, spikes in price, and I do believe right now the Tier 2 armour is still holding up ever so nicely. I'd show you that right now, but of course, there we go. And is it going to load quickly? Yes, it is. Hooray! Right, so yeah, currently right now in the rush store, we have the likes of gloves and a sap. As you can see, Tier 2 is still holding up all right. Chestplate has gone down a little bit, a whole $1. The face mask is still doing good, which is quite surprising. Anyway, more core pieces, more love, I'd say. Much more potential rising in price. But those gloves, keep an eye on them. They're abnormal. They're available tomorrow, and they're not selling that much. And I can't help but assume those gloves are going to have a pretty fun time, potentially spiking very quickly with the likes of the introduction of Hoodie and Pants, potentially as early as, well, next rush store. It's a consideration. It's up to you. But, yeah. You could look at likes of all of these pieces and think, yeah, I could jump onto those again. Some of them have risen up in price a little bit more than what they sold for in a rush store, but consider how high they could potentially go if a new core piece were to be accepted. And also, we could still expect the likes of boots, maybe a jacket's produced in the future. There's still plenty more things that can happen ever so nicely. But right now, not as many people playing the game at the moment, and I just can't help but assume that these are going to graciously rise up in price ever so nicely when there's a lot more people playing the game. Yeah, well, that's a groundbreaking thought. Well, I mean, it happens all the time, so you get the idea anyway. So, yeah, I think there's a potential investment to be made, and I do think the Hoodie and Pants look ever so nice. Get a good look at that. Yeah, I think Bear Trip and Mr. Hulk have produced a very lovely looking skin set. Yes, a lovely little emblem there on the side. So, if you like it, consider showing your support, and if you think you want to jump in and make a move with the skins, by all means, go for it. I think there's a very nice amount of potential profit to be made there. So, all right, keep up the good work once again. Right, next on to the likes of boots and gloves. We have just these boots here, produced by Say Chains and Demon. Yep, booties! Orange booties. So if you like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Best of luck to the likes of you too. Then next up, we have Tank Armour, Roadsign gloves, and Tank Armour boots. So last week, we had the Tank Armour Tier 2 being produced. Wasn't accepted. Now, I mean, hey, it is what it is. You can't just assume everything's going to get accepted immediately every single week. It is what it is. Regardless, looking at that and then looking back and looking at the likes of the Tank Armour Tier 3, this is still retaining its value, still holding up quite all right. It's still fine. And I've, showcased this a lot in the likes of the grassy areas, and I would have thought some people would have caught on that it's a perfectly serviceable budget green camouflage set. And, yeah. Now, I'm not sure if the chest plate is getting as much love, but the face mask is, and still doing a good job retaining its value, and can't complain with what I see. It seems to be doing quite all right. If we were to get boots and gloves, can't help but assume we're going to see the spike in demand, spike in price. I'd love to see Tier 2 armour, but boots and gloves will still be a perfectly fine boost. So if you're to jump onto these, by all means jump on. If it's still doing a decent job of retaining its value, clearly there is some demand. Now consider, with a lot more people potentially playing in just a couple of months' time, when they see that for the first time, will they jump onto it? Will it be loved? Will it be appreciated? Will it end up like Franken chestplate and face mask, which boosted up to about $4 each? It's up to you. So I can see a potential investment to be made there. Keep up the good work, Armour project, but I would pace yourself some more. Maybe make some tank armour weapons or something before you jump onto the likes of Hoodie and Pants. I would consider that, because if you keep pushing all of this clothing and armour out very quickly, it all competes with each other for a spot. So, yeah, make a weapon. Maybe make something completely different. That's not tank armour for a week or two. Then consider jumping onto Hoodie and Pants. Cool. So, best of luck to the likes of you, sir. Keep up the good work. And, yeah, perfectly fine looking pair of Roadsign gloves and boots. Right, now we can move on to the likes of Tier 3 armour. So, here we have the likes of the Polar Bear Tier 3. Someone asked me yesterday. No, it was on Monday. Yeah, well, it was yesterday. Hedge, can you quickly put on some white out, Hoodie and Pants? Does it work out well with it? It works out all right. It's not the perfect shading of white, but eventually we'll probably see Polar Bear, Hoodie and Pants, which will probably blend in better with the likes of this. So, yeah, technically speaking, it is white Tier 3 armour there. Not white out, but white coloured. So, cool. He's like he's got a beard. So if you like what you see, consider showing support. Best of luck to the likes of you, Mr. 19J. It's a perfectly fine looking Tier 3 set. But you do have competition for our final clothing and armour skin of the week, and in total, out of all the skins in the collection this week, this is the Steelbone Warrior Tier 3 armour, produced by Kelmo Legend. Looking a bit goofy. Why is he smiling so much? Huh? What are you up to, Kelmo? What are you up to now after the strange things that happened in the past 2 weeks? Anyway, so, yeah, totally fine. He's flexing. He's strong. He's smiling. So, yeah, perfectly fine looking skin. If you like what you see, show your support. And best of luck to the likes of you, Kelmo Legend. And that's it. That's a wrap. That's everything. So, all of these clothing and armour skins, which one stood out to you the most? Which one's your favourite? Which one do you think has a genuine good chance of potentially being accepted in an upcoming Rust store? And, yeah, in general, out of all the skins this week, which ones were your favourite? Which ones do you think will be accepted in Rust stores? Comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Right, let's just yap about some other things before we end. So, of course, over the past weekend, we've seen a lot of skins being submitted, but there's also a lot, and I repeat, a lot of Halloween skins being submitted as well. So if I could just scroll down, you'll probably start spotting them. There you go, Pumpkin Hoodie and Pants. We've also got the likes of some goofy ghost-themed skins. There you go. Yep, very nice. Spider, Cobwebs, Human Remains. Lots of very interesting Halloween skins being submitted. If you were to go to the Rust Workshop, look at collections, you'll probably see the link to the Halloween 2024 contest entries. Where is it? I would have thought it had been quite high up. There it is. Halloween 2024 contest entries. So keep an eye on this. I'm fully expecting well over 100 skins to be submitted by next week because, of course, the deadline is Monday, October 7th, 11:59 PST time. And I think I'm probably not making a complete... Yeah. I don't think I'll be making a collection next week because it will be Halloween, I guess. We'll see. If there's enough skins to, if there's enough skins that have been submitted next week, I'll still do like some Rust Workshop skin checks and whatnot. But I won't be making a Halloween one. I don't want my stuff to potentially conflict with the legit official lists produced by TTG. He's the one who technically works for Face Punch. Me, I'm just a yapper. I just yap about skins and talk about investments and whatnot. The financial perspective, you get the idea. So I'd rather not intrude with that. So that is the official contest. And yeah, that is all of the skins so far. Give that a good look. And by the time you're watching this video, maybe more skins have been submitted. Lots of interesting designs. I like this one. It's just a good boy rock he has. Good ghost. Yes. Right, anyway, so that's the Halloween batch of skins. Now, yeah, I know some things could be quite confusing and whatnot, but you might notice that all these skins here are in such a lovely, well-presented order. Wow, cool. I get to see all these very nice, cool-looking skins. So you're probably sitting there wondering, how did you manage to get that all set up in such a lovely way? Well, basically, I have a followed authors list, and if you want to set one up for yourself so you can see skins presented to you in such a lovely manner, please consider looking in the top right corner of this video right now. You will see a special card has appeared. If you were to click it, it will navigate you to a video which will showcase to you the various different ways in which you can build up your own followed authors list. Sounds good? Cool. Now, of course, with the likes of the Rust Workshop skin checks, we also have the likes of TTG's top picks. Consider giving that a good look, the top 10 picks from him, and of course the many other skins that are submitted. Keep an eye out for more brand new skin creators that have entered and started to get noticed with their quality works and whatnot. Start building up your own followed authors list, you get the idea. Don't forget to watch the video as well. It's not a big one, seems he's still sick. Best of luck to the likes of you, that German guy. Hope everything works out. Yeah, so that's basically everything. And of course, I mentioned it earlier, October update. It's coming out 2 days' time. Lots of very interesting content's going to get introduced. Can't help but assume a lot of people might be jumping in. Can't help but assume we're going to get a very interesting peak player count for the likes of October. This past month, September, wasn't that bad. A lot better compared to the likes of last year. So I have to sit here and say this. With the likes of the progress of this year, Rust is still showing signs of growing. There's still more people playing every year. I know. Maddening, isn't it? But with all this new content that gets getting put out, don't blame the idea of more people wanting to play. And we are still expecting a brand new biome. Maybe that's what's being worked on next. We shall see. Keep an eye on the commits and you'll be aware of all the new upcoming content. Right, so yeah, that's a wrap. That's the end of it. I hope the video was well paced. SCMM to APP wasn't very well paced today. I'm very sorry about that. But then again, I probably will have edited the video enough that you don't notice, or you notice it a lot, and it's quite funny. Anyway, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Keep an eye out for all those brand new Halloween skins, and yeah, have a lovely week. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.